Cartethyia is almost here. Kuro just posted her kit today and we're gonna talk about it in short. But before that, obviously there are things that you need to prepare before we actually going to pull for her. So in this video, we'll go through with her materials, her echo set, and last but not least, her weapon and team synergy, which is going to be my biggest gripe about her right now. So starting with her materials, for talent materials, you need Tidal Residuum, Metallic Drip, and then for her weekly boss material, it's gonna be Iris's Bloom from Fiordilis weekly boss. We do have new materials that you can only farm later in Septimon, which is Unfading Glory. I assume it's gonna be the World Boss material, so we need at least 46 based on all characters we built so far. And then for the Overworld material, we need at least 60 of it, but usually you can buy at least 15 of them through the NPC shop, maybe later in Septimon, so be sure to check that out after we get the new update. And don't forget for shell credits, you need at least 3 million of them, so be sure to also farm for it, and even more if you wanna pull for her weapon. For her echo set, if you already farm for Gus of Welkin, don't be sad because it still works, although not the best, you can still use it as a temporary echo set. And for Cartethyia, you wanna farm for the new echo set, Windward Pilgrimage, because not only it gives you 40% arrow damage, it also boosts your crit rate by 10%, which is perfect for Cartethyia as a main DPS character. Now that we went through all of that normal stuff, let's talk about the main topic, the issue with Cartethyia. Now, I'm not saying that this issue is gonna persist till the end of WutheringWaves' lifespan, but this is based on the current situation that we have right now in WutheringWaves. First thing first, her weapon is an HP scaled weapon, and this is problem number 1, because right now we literally don't have any HP weapon unless you wanna use 3-star weapon. But I'm pretty sure we can craft 4-star weapon with HP main stat later on in Septimon. Because her weapon is an HP weapon, she might be the very first character to use 4-4-1-1-1 instead of 4-3-3-1-1, just to balance the ratio between crit rate and crit damage, and also to get extra raw HP from cost 1 echo. And also because her weapon is an HP weapon, you cannot share her weapon to any other characters as for now, because Cartethyia is our very first HP scaled DPS, so keep that in mind. Problem number 2, team synergy. In my previous video, I said that Chikona is probably gonna be the same like Phoebe with Zani, but fortunately Kuro proved me wrong, because Cartethyia herself can inflict arrow erosion. But the other problem comes not from arrow erosion application, but due to the fact that she scales based on HP. Now you might be thinking that you just simply farm echo with HP main stat, but what I'm talking about, it's not about Cartethyia herself, but more about her synergy with the other character and the other supporting echo. For instance, now that she scales based on HP, using Moonlit or Rejuvenating Glow is useless here because it increases your attack and not your HP. The fact that you cannot use Moonlit and Rejuvenating Glow eliminates almost every single support in existence in the current WutheringWaves. That means in order to support Cartethyia's damage, the only option is to use Gus of Welkin as her support echo, or to play her in a quick swap team. And if we take a look at the description for Gus of Welkin, the characters that are using this echo must inflict arrow erosion to activate the full piece set effect. Which means you cannot use other characters such as Alto here, even though his outro skill is really good for Cartethyia, because Alto cannot inflict arrow erosion. So far, the only character that can use this echo set is Cartethyia herself, Arrow Rover, and Chikona. If you have Chikona, you can probably skip this part of the video because it doesn't matter for you, but if you don't have Chikona, the only option is to use Phoebe here, and suppose that you use Phoebe, she will not be able to deal any damage in both Absolution and Confession mode, because Phoebe needs Spectrophrasal, and Rover is going to convert those Spectrophrasal into arrow erosion anyway. Not only that, Phoebe's outro skill is also completely useless for Cartethyia, so it feels like playing with a 2-man party instead of 3. The worst scenario, if you don't have both Chikona and Phoebe, that means Cartethyia is going to do all the damage by her own, so at the very least, you have to pull for her weapon. The only saving grace is if her own damage is huge enough to the point that you don't need any support, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so again, even though her kit doesn't need any character to function like Zani and Phoebe, you still kinda need Chikona in order to boost her damage even further. Because not just support character, we literally don't have any other support echo that could boost her damage optimally. But of course, this could be just a temporary problem. They could release a new echo set in the future that boosts your team's HP. But until then, her team is going to remain incomplete, and you really need Chick Corner, or at the very least just pull for her weapon if you wanna use her optimally for endgame content. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this video helps you make your decision whether you should pull Cartethyia or not, you can also help me by clicking that like and subscribe button. And I see you guys next time.